Bartonella. What's going on, Secoya Nation? Today we're talking about Bartonella. And if you're not familiar with it, it's considered one of the co-infections with Lyme, and it has fever and headaches and malaise and backaches and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! So, as you know, if you watch this channel at all, we're bringing you the ideas of what's the brain-body disconnect, where's the stress involved that causes this bug that lives in your body at all times. You didn't get it from a tick or a fly or something like that. Causes it to become symptomatic. If you're not familiar with Bartonella striae, it kind of looks like stretch marks, but it shows up in different parts of your body. So for me, it's interesting. I thought I had stretch marks when I was going through puberty or something, and I'm pretty sure I had Bartonella striae right on my pec line. So it was interesting for me to then, when I became Lyme aware and understanding what was going on, that for me I was like, well, that's fascinating. So some of this hits home for me as far as how it affects us and things like that. So if you're interested in Bartonella, if you think, I know Sarah Holland had a question about this, so we'll tag her in this. She'd asked a question about the stress, and I finally acquiesced, I gave in. Here you go. So here's the information. When you feel like you're being wronged, you're feeling trapped, you're dealing with upsetting events, you might feel like a loss of position, taking leftovers, like you're feeling like an afterthought for some people. These are all things that are related to the stresses that can happen in your life that then relate to what drives up the symptoms of the Bartonella, with the fatigue and the headaches and the malaise and stuff like that. Malaise. It could be that you don't feel like, for example, I could have felt like if I was a child, and I don't remember what age it was, let's just say I was younger, I felt underprotected or unprotected by a parent or something like that. That could then cause a tissue, right? I could have felt flawed or shamed, which would have affected the skin, which would then manifested as a result of the striae and the affecting of the skin. Bartonella is also known, as a fun fact, for small vessel disease, so it can cause a lot of dental issues with teeth, abscesses, and stuff like that, where it cuts off the blood supply. Or this is the medical jargon. It cuts off blood supply and causes small vessel disease, as an aside. So other themes that are in the research is it's like a self-evaluation conflict as far as feeling helpless or guilt. It could be about yourself. You could feel helpless to protect yourself, like defend yourself. It could be not feeling, remember that family thing, underprotected, feel like you're not being looked after, if you will. You could have situations where you feel exploited. You could feel like someone took advantage of you, and that could be, you could then shame yourself, or maybe there was someone who took a domineering role in your life and then shamed you, or I should say, because of their actions, you felt shamed. We always want to frame it in that way, because it's you how you feel and them what their actions are. So, oftentimes these things are related to like the transportation of resources within a family. Could be inheritance related. Could be what's passed down from one generation to the next, if you will. So these are some of the themes that come back in terms of the stress in your mind that affects your brain, affects your body, and then stresses the microbiome. So play it back, do half time if you need to, half speed. But I try to get these things in a concise segment because I know you want to scroll through and flip to the next one. But so hopefully this is beneficial. Hopefully it piques your interest and it spurs along your interest in terms of understanding yourself or someone you know who has been labeled with Bartonellosis or some type of Lyme infection or something like that, or if they have the stretch marks, the Bartonella striae, things like that, or if they just have chronic fatigue and dental issues. So take this to mind, run up the flagpole, see if it works for you or it's relevant for somebody else's family, and let us know how it works. All right, and Sarah, we hope this satisfies your curiosity, and we'll look forward to bringing the wellness wisdom tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great one.